Welcome to my channel where we cover the lore of Final Fantasy XIV. We cover the stories both big and small, the epic and the cute, the silly and the tragic. I hope you all enjoy the ride, and welcome to the Chronicler of Lore. Ranjit and Thancred immediately get to fighting, and the first thing you'll notice is that in all of your fights before, the old man's been holding back. He fuses with the monster that has been fighting with him, and after that, he gets even stronger. Thancred actually holds his own, proving two things. One, that he can really fight, and two, if he still had access to his ether, something he lost at the same time as Stola lost her sight, then he would be far closer to Ranjit's level than he is. But even with his disadvantage, Thancred manages to injure Ranjit enough for the man to teleport away, which is good because Thancred was one more technique away from dropping dead on the battlefield. Thancred's fight gave you and Minfilia plenty of time to make it to Nabatha, and she can sense the original Minfilia's power. As you get closer, the echo hits you both, and the two of you see the moment when the flood surged forward and the people ran for their lives. Minfilia appeared atop a tower and worked to push it back, the Warriors of Darkness appearing and giving their remaining life force to boost her power. Albert tries to do the same, but she stops him, saying that now's not the time for his sacrifice. He has a part to play, and when the time comes, he'll be the one that decides the fate of the world. The vision ends, but you and Minfilia are no longer in Nabath. You both are standing in an area filled with endless light ether, where you're greeted by the original Minfilia. It's a little creepy how much she looks like a reincarnation, but that is kind of the point, I guess. She's glad that she finally gets to talk to the young Minfilia so she could ask her what exactly she wants out of life. The girl has had a lot of time to think on it, and she wants to beat the Sin Eaters and restore the First. She believes that she could find the last Wardens with the Oracle's power, something Minfilia says is totally possible. But the power she wants will come at a price, one that the young Minfilia says she's willing to pay to give the people hope for a better tomorrow. The Scions are fighting for it, and she wants to be able to help them. Hearing that her reincarnation has the same goal she once did puts a smile on your Minfilia's face, and she gives her remaining power to the small girl and fades away into oblivion, but not before telling you that you cannot accomplish your goals of saving the First alone, even though it seems like you're the only one capable of doing it. By yourself, you're going to fail. And that's it. The old Minfilia is dead and gone for good, and you and her heir reappear in Nabath. But the girl looks very different now. Her eyes no longer doing that creepy glowy thing, and her hair is red, making her look nothing like the old Minfilia. Now she's her own person, and free to live her own life. And she can see where the Light Warden of Amarang is. She wants to head back to the others, but she is a little worried that Thancred will be mad that she's coming back and not his Minfilia. But if you're scared of something, it's best to dive in head first and get it over with, so you both head back to meet the Scions, although Minfilia does lag a little bit behind. You find them at the spot you had planned to meet with a very alive but extremely battered looking Thancred. He was apparently nearly dead when they found him, but their healing managed to keep him alive. When they see the new Minfilia, everyone's surprised by her appearance, and she apologizes for not pulling her weight and talks about all of the things that she can do now to be useful, but Thancred is just happy to see that she's okay. Regardless of what she thought he saw her as, or how she saw herself, she was already one of you. Since she's starting her own life, she needs her own name. Minfilia is dead, and it's only right that her name dies with her. So everyone turns to Thancred since he's basically been a father to the girl. Ironically enough, he was the one who had renamed Eorzea to Minfilia after her father's death, and now he gets to name her reincarnation. He decides to name her Reen, a word that means blessing in Fae, proving that Thancred actually does be listening when Eorzea tells him things, although he plays it off to pretend like he's not interested in his friend's word vomit. Wouldn't want to encourage Eorzea to talk more than he already does. Reen, of course, loves her new name, and is formally welcomed to the team, and her first act is to point you all toward the Light Warden. It is underground, just like Eorzea thought, and the others have already found a way to enter the tunnels through a place called Malika's Well. It had been built to remember one of the ancient Naboth kings, and as a place to escape the desert heat. After the flood, it stopped being used, so the miners repurposed it into an excavation site. The underground pathways are huge, so it's a good place for a warden to hide, but Reen is positive that she can track it down, so you all make your way to the wells. The underground paths are as big as you thought, and of course they are not uninhabited. Animals and rogue Talos golems fill every part of the place, but you and the Scions fight your way to the depths where you come across the weirdest looking light warden. The thing looks nothing like an animal or a person. It's more like a really big gold metal with wings floating around it. Weird looking or not, it tries really hard to kill you all, but it's brought down just like its friends, and you absorb the light from it. But this time, consuming the light hurts as your body works to contain it all. During the whole little absorption process, you almost look like you were about to transform into a Sin Eater. Just like before, the light ether shrouding the sky fades, and the night returns to Amarang. With the Warden dead, the Eulmorans in the area head back to Kalusia to fortify the last bastion of light on the first, because they know that soon you'll be making your assault on Eulmor, because there is no way Vothri will allow you to bring down the final Warden without a fight. And it will definitely be a big one. And that's where we're going to stop for today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Ding that notification bell. And if you want to buy me a coffee for my work, sign up to become a member of the channel. Until next time, guys. Later.